What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Um, as I promised in the morning, this dinner I'm gonna feature fresh rolls, or we can call it as spring rolls. If you go to the Vietnamese restaurant, they mostly would list it as spring rolls. So it's like a rice paper wrap, and whatever fillings you want to put in. So right here you will see is my oyster mushrooms. I would make like traditional spring rolls, which has pork and shrimp, and then vegetarian, which has oyster mushrooms, and another kind of fresh rolls or spring rolls. That is the Chinese sausage. I couldn't find jicama at the market, so we just gonna eliminate that jicama. And in that roll also has the dry shrimps, but I don't have it either. So we're gonna go with just only Chinese sausage. Since I'm on the lean diet, clean diet, I will incorporate just a little bit of vermicelli. So this one gonna go with the pork and shrimps for the traditional fresh rolls or spring rolls. And all have here, I went to the Asian markets to get these herbs. So this is like chives and Thai basil, Vietnamese coriander, it's right here, and then bean sprouts, and then cilantro. Now, if you go to a Vietnamese restaurant in the US, they don't incorporate a lot of herbs in the rolls. They a little bit skimming those. Most of the time you probably find mints in it, but if you go to Vietnam and have the spring rolls, there's so many herbs in the rolls. So luckily that I live nearby an Asian market that sells these herbs. So we're gonna use that for the rolls. If you cannot find any of the herbs, at least should have mints. So you can find mints in the grocery stores and cilantro in the grocery store. So just swing with that, mint and cilantro. But if you have excess, or if you have an Asian market nearby that sells Thai basil and coriander, Vietnamese coriander, that absolutely enhances the taste of the rolls. So since I have the oyster mushrooms, we're not gonna eat it raw. We just gonna saute it. So we're gonna go ahead and have a quick saute. I'm gonna use again olive oil in my cooking. So a little bit of olive oil in here. Wait until it gets a little bit hot. For the seasoning, for the oyster mushrooms, I would use the Korean chili peppers. If this doesn't give you any heat at all except the colors, so I use this mainly for the colors. Garlic powder and seasoned or seasoning soy sauce. So it's like a flavored soy sauce. It's different from kikkoman soy sauce. It just has like a different flavor. Okay, we don't need any garlic or anything to make this oyster mushroom. Just drop it in, drop the oyster mushroom in. And also, I will show you how to make the peanut butter dipping sauce. That sauce is the key for the whole meal. If you get it right, your rolls are great. If you don't get it right, no matter how fancy your rolls are, like if you put like Kobe beef in there, if you put caviar in the rolls, if your dipping sauce is not good, forget about it, okay? So we have to achieve that dipping sauce. But for now, let's season this oyster mushroom. I'm gonna start to put garlic powder in it. It's so hot lately, guys. So this fresh roll is the perfect dish, perfect dinner for this kind of weather. So you could do is, another thing you can do is you can like hand sear your tofu. I'm gonna reserve my tofu for something else, but it's another vegetarian that you can make for this fresh rolls. So yeah, just do the tofu as well. Okay, and then we're gonna dash in some soy sauce to give some flavor. So for the Chinese sausage rolls, if you can find jicama's in the market, cut it into like a stripes, like when you cut French fries, it's like that stripes. And saute it just like the mushroom that I'm showing you here. It's the same thing with some soy sauce, garlic powder, and if you want colors, use the Korean peppers. So you can see here, the oyster mushroom is getting softened. And then we just turn off the heat. We're gonna go to make the dipping sauce. That is the key, the ingredients, the important component of the dish. So I'm gonna put it out here. Okay, you can see the oyster mushrooms already got sauteed. Okay, what gets into the peanut butter dipping sauce? I'm gonna make it from scratch, but with the help of some of the key things right here. Peanut butter, of course, you need peanut butter. Buying the one that kind of like a creamy texture, no salt in it, just kind of like an organic, creamy peanut butter. So I have this, what I have left. We probably, let's see, if I use it all, then we're probably gonna use it all for that. Oyster sauce and hoisin sauce. If you want to go straight to traditional sauce, that usually would have liver, ground liver, and you just strain that ground liver through the mash to get the smooth texture, and then you would start to combine with oyster sauce and hoisin sauce and a little bit of peanut butter. So that is kind of like a traditional sauce. But to make the liver, you have to like grind it up. You buy the whole liver, like chicken liver or duck liver. Grind it up, and then you start to put some water and kind of like a simmer it, and start to strain it out, and then start to put oyster sauce, hoisin sauce, and a little bit peanut butter, like just a little bit, into that mix. That's a lot of work. So most of the time when you go to Vietnamese restaurant in America, they would do just a straight up peanut butter. Yeah, or sometimes that's a little bit upsetting when I go to a restaurant. I see that they just use hoisin sauce, and that's really upsetting me because that's like a lazy way to make fresh rolls or spring rolls. You just buy a bottle of hoisin sauce, you just like give it to the customer. Or sometimes they give you fish sauce mixture, and that actually only goes to certain rolls. It's not all the rolls, especially it's not for traditional rolls that you can find. Anyway, enough talking. I'm gonna start to make the sauce. Use a little bit olive oil again. I'm gonna use the same pans for the same pot. This time you can see here I'm using the garlic. Let's see if my iPad can stand over here. So I'm gonna put garlic in. Okay, I have this peanut butter. It may be like 2 spoons in here. So I'm gonna get it all out here. Make sure to get the creamy texture, okay guys? For the heat, put it into low setting. Okay, I'm gonna use up everything in here. Oh, my mushrooms start to drip. Oh. Okay, so I have like around 2.5 or 2.25. Now, you shouldn't keep it too viscous, like too thick when it's boiling. Once you kind of feel like a little bit starting to get thickening, turn off the flame right away. Don't wait until it gets so thickened, because once it gets cooled down, the whole thing's starting to get thickened. Okay, so I'm gonna do another cup of this. Okay, that is done. Now we're gonna kind of like mush the peanut butter out so it can melting into the water. So you can see here. And the next seasoning I would use is fish sauce. Yes, we put fish sauce in the sauce. Don't worry, it's not gonna be too fishy in the sauce at all. If you know how to use the fish sauce correctly, it's changing your dishes into a different direction, like a better direction. Okay, so my peanut butter is starting to melt into the water. I'm gonna stir it up right here. Make sure to get no salt, no sugar peanut butter. So kind of like a organic peanut butter, but creamy texture, okay? One time I made a mistake that I purchased a chunky peanut butter, and it's really hard to make the sauce from it because everything you get out from it is just the peanuts instead of the creamy. Okay. Start to put 1 spoon of this oyster sauce. 2 spoons. Ooh, I almost knocked off my rice cooker. 2 spoons of hoisin sauce. Okay, and then just mix it up, stir it up together with the peanut butter. Then turn up to medium flame, medium setting of the flame. Let's see this. Start to see that the color of the sauce turn to a little bit dark brown instead of light brown. Okay. Start to taste your sauce first before putting any fish sauce in. Okay. I'm gonna add actually 5 of this. Okay. It's done with the fish sauce, putting away. Sugar. As I mentioned in the previous YouTube session, for Asian cooking, we use white sugar instead of brown sugar. So 1 spoon of this. Oh, make sure I'm not dropping it. Right there. Stir it up. Getting good. I'm gonna add one more of this hoisin sauce to give it better kick. So 3 spoons of hoisin sauce, okay guys? Now we're gonna start to wait for the sauce getting a little bit thicker. So I'm gonna go to medium setting, medium to high setting. This is a lot of food. I'm gonna make this for dinner and for lunch. So tomorrow lunch I won't have omelette anymore. And we continue having the fresh rolls. Whew, it's hot to stand next to the flame. Okay, while it's waiting for it to boil, we're gonna start to assemble our rolls. So if you go to a grocery or Asian market, it doesn't matter, you will find this rice paper. Okay, it's boiling so much, I'm gonna go down to low setting to let it simmer. Okay, so I'm gonna get a plate out here. I'm taking 1 sheet of the rice paper. Use like kind of warm water and wet it up like this. Put it right here. The water will soften the rice paper. Okay, what we're gonna put in here, I'm gonna show you traditional roll first. Maybe I should do it over here so you can see me. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do right here. Sorry guys, the kitchen is really small. Okay, let me rest. It's right here. Hope it won't. Perfect. Hope it won't fall. Okay, so traditional spring rolls. I'm gonna take the shrimp, 3 of them. So when you buy the shrimp, boil them up, and when you buy like a pork, any kind of pork, the butt of the pork, shoulders, pork loin, any kind. If you want to be really traditional, we would use the pork belly, but it's too fattening right now for me, so I skipped that. I got this kind of like a pork shoulders. Okay, so for the shrimp, boil it up and then cut into half like this so it gets a little bit thinner. So I'm taking 3 shrimp, maybe 4. 4 of them right here. And then 4 of the pork right there. I'll show you. Okay. And if you notice the rice paper getting soft now, and it gets a little bit elastic. Okay. Normally people would use is the lettuce, I have leftover lots of lettuce here, so I'm using the spring mix to put on top of it. Do the herbs. Be generous with the herbs. So I'm using Vietnamese coriander right here. Michigan Medicine is following the requirements of the CARES Act and takes this so out the stem. We appreciate being alerted to this issue and are reviewing this case and will make any corrections needed and basil, Thai basil. We work diligently with our patients on any financial issues. Just get the leaves and throw out the stem. Then we have chives right here. So there's the chives right here. And a little bit of vermicelli noodles, rice noodle. So I'm gonna do like a small amount right here. Okay. You see how I align my food onto that rice paper? Okay, to fold it, you're gonna fold into these two corners and fold this over and continue rolling. So hopefully you will see what I'm doing right here. So here, lift it up, fold it right here, fold the other corner, and this is some much needed rain. Right now we are far more damaged. In fact, there's a couple locations in Metro Detroit that's under an abnormally dry situation as far as the drought monitor. These are released every Thursday, and the latest one shows that a good chunk of Wayne County, just south of Dearborn Heights, including Taylor, Belleville, Flat Rock, and even Wyandotte, and down towards the south of Monroe. And this is what it is. Okay. So you're done with one roll. I put in one side. Not even a half inch for the whole month of June. So it really puts it in perspective. Okay, so the sauce right here. Our temperatures are at 84 currently. I'm gonna show you when to stop. So it's look liquidy. However, no worries. Once you turn off the flame and let it cool down, it will get thickening. So I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna turn it off the flame and just leave it there on the stove. I'm gonna work through another roll. So this one gonna be the Chinese sausage. So again, wet your rice paper with warm water. So when you cut the sausage, you cut into like a slice. So line it up right here. This one you don't add vermicelli in. I wish there would be jicama. And to replace jicama, I'm going to add some mushroom in it. And for this roll, we only use Thai basil. We don't use the Vietnamese coriander. And to eat with it, we actually dip it in hoisin sauce instead of that peanut butter sauce that we made. Bean sprouts. Forgot to add bean sprouts in the other one. Okay. And small chives. Again. Roll it. So we have this is the roll. sausage. Next one, I'm gonna do just the vegetarian, so just the oyster sauce, oyster mushroom. So oyster mushroom on it. This is kind of like a sushi, if you think about it. Again, all herbs, okay? Coriander, Vietnamese coriander. Cilantro. Be generous to your herbs. Just the herbs. I'm done with this bag. And some chives. Here. And a little bit of
Here's what you can do to protect your pockets while postponing.
this. If you think that it's too much carbs, you can cut out the noodles completely. So load it, fold, and roll.
She writes they took out travel insurance but can't get any help. The same goes for Liz.
This is vegetarian one.
She got an insurance policy through the company.
Okay guys, I think that's all I feature. I have here is my traditional rolls with shrimps and pork, the Chinese sausage rolls, and the vegetarian. And our sauce gonna get a little bit more viscous once it get cooled down. Right now it's still a little bit liquidy, but trust me, when it cooled down, if you are in rush, you can pour it into a container and put it in the fridge, and that would help to cool down your sauce and it will get thickened. So that's it guys. That is the meal for today. Go clean diet. Everything is low-cal. If you want to cut out the noodles, that's perfectly fine, and substitute the noodles with a lot of greens and herbs like lettuce and everything. And yeah, that's it guys. I'm gonna eat these 3 rolls. And then for lunch, I still have a lot left over, the ingredients right here. So for lunch, I'm gonna make myself another 3 rolls for lunch. And I'm planning to do some desserts, like a Vietnamese banana ice cream with coconut milk and yogurt together. So check out my YouTube session tomorrow, as I will feature that dessert. It would be low calorie-ish. So if you keep in mind that if you start to eat dessert or any snacks, everything is adding to your calories, and it's really hard to get a low cal snack. And I think with this ice cream, all you need is just coconut milk. I'm gonna put oat milk instead of whole milk, but maybe a dash of whole milk just to bring out the creaminess, and yogurt, and coconut shreds, like shredded coconuts. Yeah, and then you just put it in the freezer and wait for 5 to 6 hours until everything binding to each other and solidify. Then you will see the results. So tomorrow I will show you how to make that. And don't forget to go on live with me tomorrow for slow flow yoga. See you tomorrow. Namaste. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye guys.